check out. So I think in the case of the U.S. election in 2016, the health of the candidates was not a major factor.
You're America's doctor. What are you to Turkey?
A proud son of this country, a citizen of Turkey. I'm a joint citizen of the U.S. and Turkey. I did my military service here. I'm very proud of the fact that my parents live here. My whole family pretty much is here. And my father, who lives about 2 miles down on the Bosphorus from where we are, gets up every morning and talks about how this country made him who he is. A poor kid was able to get educated on scholarship, but was sent to the U.S. to learn, and is immensely proud of the remarkable advances that have occurred in this nation. If you think about the year he was born in, 1925, Turkey at that time had only 2 or 3 years earlier reconvened itself into a country. It had been torn apart after the First World War, and he grew up in the Depression. And in the 30s, Turkey was a very, very poor place to be.
Right.
And this area where we're sitting, which is where Ataturk lived, what is very important in this country, because he was able to give hope when there wasn't much else you could give. And then they survived the Second World War. My father's generation died in the war. And they've been able to pull it together. You look around now and see a country whose economy is dramatically increasing in size. They're delving into numerous different areas of commerce. Their airline goes to 120 countries, the most of any airline in the world. They're becoming the major portal for people to talk to each other. And I would offer that if you don't understand this city that we're sitting in, Istanbul, it's very hard to understand the world.
Right.
Think about this. The Roman Empire didn't really just collapse and go away. The Roman Empire moved to Istanbul, in Byzantium, and for over 1,000 years carried the torch of Western civilization. When Europe was suffering through the Dark Ages and Islamic literature was still thriving for part of that period, but collapsed subsequent. So all these things are happening in the world, but this city kept it alive. And when Fatih Sultan Mehmet, my namesake, took the city in 1453 and made it an Islamic city, it continued to thrive as a meritocracy, as a place where people from all different religions and countries could come and live. The whole section around Galitukule, around the sort of the Venetian part of the city, was able, Jews and Greeks and Christians and Muslims, east and west, north and south, you could all come together, and you were allowed to thrive as long as you had business, as long as you had something that kept you going. And yet we live in a world where we forget that there are bridges that allow us to come together. And as a Turk, I'm proud of the fact that Turkey could be one of those bridges.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I fully understood